वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते। प्रारब्ध कर्म किमिति चेत् इदं शरीरम् उत्पाद्य इह लोके एवं सुख दुःखादिप्रदं यत् कर्म तत् प्रारब्धं भोगेन नष्टं भवति। प्रारब्ध कर्मणां भोगात् एव क्षय इति। संचित कर्म ब्रह्म एव अहमिति निश्चयात्मक ज्ञानेन नश्यति। आगामि कर्म अपि ज्ञानेन नश्यति। किंच आगामि कर्मणा नलिनी दलगत जलवत् ज्ञानिनां संबंधः नास्ति। So in short, these all the three karmas that we have discussed earlier: the prarabdha, sanchita and agami. Sorry. So the prarabdha karma cannot be destroyed. Only through the experience, or you can say facing it, you have to adjust it. That means it's very clear. That means whatever has come along with your body, starting with your parentage, your childhood, your everything, you have to accept it. That means, in short, now when I say accepting your childhood, what does it mean? The childhood is gone. Then what does it mean to accept it? Accepting your childhood means accepting your past memories. Because with reference to your childhood, if there are some hurts, there are some emotions, unresolved, unattended, let us say, memories, with reference to that, you have to be, called very open, and you have to be receptive, and you have to be mature enough to accept them gracefully. So that is called here that accepting your parentage, accepting your childhood. Unless and until you accept all these things, please understand, Vedanta is not going to work at all. Vedanta will pass over. That's why for that, all these things, other methods are there, which really, lot of methods are there, you can. But Vedanta definitely not. Vedanta's job is, first you have to be mature, you have to learn to accept. That's why we say, if unqualified, unprepared mind comes to Vedanta, becomes more arrogant. Not only destroys oneself, destroys everybody. The confusion in this world because of this reason. Nobody wants to be qualified, but everybody wants to give lecture. Some attend some classes here and there, then after that start giving lecturing. Yes, you will have your own people, don't worry, because we say very nicely, in a market, if you go to market, especially vegetable market, okay, very nice. I have observed, in fact, I remember when I was a teenager, I used to go to observe this thing. I will be standing hours together one day to observe this situation. Like you go to a vegetable shop, very nice, you can go and see. You go, the first person goes, the moment comes, the new, let us say, bag is open, so everybody picks up the best. So 1 kilo, 2 kilos goes away. Then next person comes, starts trying to get the best. When towards the end 1 kilo will be there, from that also the fellow will try to, pick up the best, you understand? But a illusionary concept. But remember, everybody is getting their best, thinking that they are getting best. So also in life, you always look that, okay, I must get the best out of it. Don't you think? It's like, collecting the best vegetable towards the end. Just observe this point. And I have also observed this personally, because I have spent enough of time for this, because this was my research, spending time with my life and with the surroundings in my teenager time. And the best part is, whatever way you may buy vegetable, whether you buy or that fellow buys, in 1 kilo of vegetable, definitely 100 grams will go here and there. Even if you buy the best tomatoes, for example, best thing, definitely something or other will go wrong. Okay, nowadays is all are hybrid. That's another thing I don't want to talk because I don't have any experience now so long. But I am talking about those days. I have seen it very carefully, especially when it is being picked up from the garden. Somehow it will happen. So like that, trying to get the best. So you try to get the best. Really, is it the best? Just observe this point. So understanding this, what you need to do is learn to accept. Because once you are in a position to accept, this is the most important thing, because the facial expression will change in you. There will be no worries and anxieties. Just observe a mother's face with reference to child, a grandmother's face with reference to child. There is a big difference. The most beautiful looking mother with reference to child, observe. Maybe the most ugly looking grandmother face with reference to grandchild. I'm sorry to say, but this I am giving you the example. If you observe this point, both most beautiful looking mother with reference to child, you understand? The anger, love, everything. Because when the child is something, oh my child, the ego and everything is being nourished. And when the child does not do, you can see the anger and the frustration and whatnot, and of course you will express in other places, no doubt in it. And observe, even if a lady who is a grandmother with reference to child, because of the acceptance of grandchild, this is the most important aspect. Because of the acceptance of the grandchild, you can see some type of serenity in her face or on her face. That is how the Vedantin should be. The face must express that you are accepting and accommodating. Because the face is the gateway. Face is the mirror of your thinking process. The way you think, it is being expressed through the face. However, let me not stress because today I have to complete. So now, we were discussing, if this is the prarabdha, then sanchita will be destroyed at a time, as there is nobody to claim. Karma will be there, but there is no one to claim, that's why no problem. And what about this agami? We discussed. Agami also will be destroyed, but the karma theory says, whatever you do, you have to get back. Sanchita karma goes to everywhere, means to the total fund, like as we explained through the banking system. Whereas what will happen to agami karma? Because agami karma is not deposited in the bank. So where it will go? Like, you know, whatever pocket money the Swami is having, so in his place, in his ashram, and especially people, they give all the envelopes, it has not gone to the bank. So what will happen to those envelopes? Okay, let us be very practical. Simply, whoever are closer to him, they will get it. Whoever takes care of him, they will get it. Can you see this point? It's very simple. Suppose now I leave this body. So whatever envelopes I have, where it will go, whoever is nearby, whoever does good thing, please, they will take care. That is there. It's not nothing to do with it. So that means it's very clear. Can you see this point? Same thing is being talked here. Kimcha ye jnaninam stumvante bhajante archayante tan prati jnani krutam agami punyam gacchati. Says beautifully. Those who starts praising means appreciating. Praising here means appreciating. And of course those who do the serving. And those who are really respecting these jnanis, these wise people. Now all the punyas of wise will go to them. That's why by default in India, If a person puts a robe, the ochre robe, a Swami, by default, what they do? People automatically respect that person. Nobody questions. Nobody does anything. It's very simple. Gautam, you are coming very late every time. It is a very bad habit you have developed, okay? This is not acceptable. Why you are late? I am observing you every time you come 5 to 10 minutes late. 30 minutes class, 10 minutes if you come late. How is it acceptable? Thank you. Sorry, coming back. So, what happens here? That whatever good thing the person does, the wise has done, so all the good, the result of the good work will go to the people, those who praise, those who listen to, those who care, those who respect, those who take care. It will go to them. Then what about bad karma? We have discussed what are the bad karma, like person is going in the car, meets with an accident. Or while walking, lot of insects are killed. Lot of issues are there, don't worry. So what happens to that? Let us read. Ye jnaninam nindanti dvishante dukkha pradanam kurvanti tan prati jnani krutam sarva agami kriyamanam yadavachyam karma papatmakam tat gacchati. So in short, the one who starts blaming, tries to find out the fault of the wise one, tries to, hey, what is this? So tries to always negate. And Dishanti hates. All sort of thing happens. What happens? You can see very nicely. Those who give the discomfort and hate, and of course create all sort of trouble for them. In short, those who do not like. And for them what happens? Whatever the Jnani has done wrong things, means unknowingly or accidentally or because of prarabdha. So all the bad result will go to them. That's why, as I was telling you, that in India, the moment they see a Swami, everybody respects because of this reason. Because you do not know whether that person is Jnani or Ajnani, as we discussed in details. There is no, a certificate, I am a Jnani, I have to hold and show to placard, okay, I am a Jnani or I am a Jnani. It's not like that. It's not going to work. So we give the benefit of doubt. Whenever we see a sadhu, whenever we see a Swami, so we respect. That's why, because of taking this advantage in India, that's why these Britishers, they destroyed. Because anybody, we give the benefit of doubt, the person is elevated. And of course, they had their own agenda, they did it. Because till now also it is there, even in villages, people do not know. Suppose if you hold a religious book, they respect. That's why it has been implemented in our, let us say, in judicial system, which is not really appreciable, which I personally feel it is not appreciable at all, but till now it is being implemented. Because do not just to brainwash, these Britishers have done and it is continuing. Suppose when the person goes to, because it's a funny thing, India is a really funny constitution. India is called, okay, it is earlier it was not there, we call as secular country. Actually, India was not a secular country. It has been created after long of independence. A lot of issues are there. You have to understand how it has been blamed, how it has been created. However, one side you say secular country, other side when you go to the court, especially we said, the what do you call that box where the person stands, okay, that what I am not giving, that box, okay, that wooden box. And the standard rule is what? Suppose you are, first they will find out, are you a Hindu or Muslim or Christian or what? Suppose if you are Hindu, they will bring the Bhagavad Gita. So by touching the Bhagavad Gita, whatever I am going to tell the truth. If you are a Christian, Bible. If you are a Muslim, will come this Quran. Hey, is it called secular country? At least bring the constitution. Okay, touching the constitution or in my name, my God name, whatever I am going to tell truth. That's enough. So in the name of secularism, can you see how the division, how they have destroyed in judiciary system, and they talk about secularism. It's a very funny thing has happened, because one of the most confusing constitution is called Indian Constitution. I'm sorry, because now this Independence Day has gone, that's why it is ringing in my mind, okay? Nothing to do. However, coming back here, that's why in India, whenever we see somebody, this is the point, we do not know who is that person. So we give always a benefit of doubt, that's why we bend down, we respect. This is the part of our gene, I would rather say. This is the point, this is the truth, nothing else to talk. Because of keeping this particular thing, which is everybody knows almost. That's why with one small story I can share quickly, because I may take little longer time today. Say it's beautifully that it's a really very live example. We say, we have a beautiful saying in India. What you want, means a sadhu wants, based on that can choose the territory. This is the truth. In fact, I had told in one of the interview, people started laughing, Swamiji, please don't talk this thing in the television channels. You can talk in private classes, not in television channels. Because somebody asked me, why did you choose those days, because why did you choose Chennai, South India? So I had to present very carefully. I said, look, suppose if you want seva, people to serve you, should serve you. Choose North India. I'm not telling you jokes. North India, just seeing you that your dress. I'll come to this point because of this thing I dragged. Seeing the cloth, they respect you. They give food, they give everything. No question to be asked. That's why you can see in Rishikesh especially, or Haridwar, especially Rishikesh, everybody puts, this cloth, and everybody is called Swami. You do not know who is what. But people respect, and everything is being taken care. This is the truth, this is the reality. Okay, fine. Suppose if you want this thing, what do you call money. You want to be a rich Swami, okay? Don't worry, there is a place. Go to West India. Gujarat, Mumbai. So whoever are there, that's why all the Kathakaras. Kathakara means those who do the entertainment. I call them entertainer, professional entertainer. And they are big, very big. And recently, in fact, you'll be shocked to know, one of the Kathakaras has given around 130 million rupees to a temple, just recently, as a donation. Means, imagine what I am trying to say. There once you start, because that is the concept there. If you give to sadhu, let us say 100 rupees or 100 euro or whatever, it will get multiplied into 10 times or 100 times. So that's why people come and pour money with the sadhus, in front of sadhus. This is the called West India concept. And because that's why I told in East India, so I'll bring the East India last moment. Suppose if you want knowledge, and you want to really do more with reference to knowledge, choose South India. That's why if you look at in South India, whoever Swami has really contributed something significantly to this world, either they are from South India or they have connection with South India. Without having a connection with South India or from South India, difficult. This is the truth, this is the reality. And then finally comes East India, okay? Because where I spoke, okay? Then what about East India? East India means, West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, Assam, all this region, okay? So this is called East India. If you want to cheat people professionally, I'm not telling you jokes. If you want to really cheat people professionally, in a very systematic way, be in East India. Because remember, I was born in East India, that's why I can talk loudly this point. It's very rare to find out a person, means the sadhus, who is genuine. Very rare, I'm sorry to say. Okay, that's not my point. Point is here that when you are in North India, you get service. From there I took it. So there was a sadhu, was moving, and one lady started serving. So when the lady was serving, giving food and all these things, so some of the villagers came and said, look, you know whom you are doing it? That this fellow is a fraud. How can you solve this fraud? Don't do that. The elderly lady said, what are you talking? And who are you to talk this? No, yes, you must know whom you are serving. The lady said beautifully, look, I am a simple lady, I am a house lady. My job is to serve. I am not his teacher to find out whether he is fraudulent or not. That is his problem and his teacher's problem. That's none of my business. Me being a simple lady, me being a house lady, job is to serve. Let me serve. If he is fraudulent, he is going to pay for it. That is business between him and his teacher. Let me do my duty. Can you see the attitude? Can you see the understanding? Can you see the maturity? A simple lady talks this language. So this is the system we have till now also. Please understand, till now we have up to a great extent because of this concept. Because we do not know who is what. Better take care. However, let us read. Tatha cha atmavite sansaram tirtva brahmanandam iha eva prapnoti. So now, in this process, the one who is atmavit, the one who is the knower of one's own self, having crossed over samsara, as you know, samsara means what? Samyak rupe saratiti samsara. That which keeps changing. If you want to talk psychologically, the best thing is called the sense of becoming is called samsara. That I want to become something, I want to become something, I want to become something. Every time, morning when you get up, till you go to bed, including in your dream, I want to become, I want to become. So as long as you want to become someone or something, that long you are a samsari. That long you are in bondage. So when the person is able to cross over this sense of becoming, means there is no more pressure, there is no more desire, there is no more need to become something, because the person enjoying being with one's own self, not becoming. Only that time you want to become someone, because when you are not comfortable with yourself. So of course the person crosses over this, grows out of, if you psychologically want to talk, grows out of sense of becoming. And of course then what happens? Once you grow out of sense of becoming, what happens? Of course you are happy. And what sort of happiness? Brahmanandam, uncomparable. Because your happiness is always comparison based. What we discussed, Priya, Bodha, Pramoda. I hope you remember these three words. Okay? So, Priya, Bodha and Pramoda. So this is the comparison you have with reference to your happiness. Here what happens? When there is no sense of becoming, of course there is no comparison. And that uncomparable happiness is called Brahmanandam. So this Brahmanandam enjoying, and where? Is it after death? Sometimes after? Hey, no. When the person here itself, when is alive, now and here. There is nothing called postponement. You can see for yourself. When you don't want to become, or really you are very clear that you don't want to become, once the sense of becoming is resolved, you are a happy person. And that is called happiness. Okay, fine. How can you say this thing? He says, look, he gives the background of Shruti. Tarati shokam atmavid iti shrutehe. It is not only me, the Shruti also talks. Tarati shokam atmavid. So the one who knows one's own self crosses over this shokam, the grief. So that means there is no grief, there is no sorrow, there is no sense of loss, there is no sense of regret, nothing. That's why long back I have highlighted. Life is all about to go through the pain. Very sadistic way I am presenting today, okay? Life is all about to go through the pain. Pain means what? Pain is nothing, do you know? Allowing the likes and dislikes to get polished with the situation. That is called pain. Allowing your likes and dislikes, raga and dvesha, to get polished with a polished situation. That is called life. In short, that is called pain. So if the life is all about pain, you have two choices. Either you discipline yourself to go through the pain, or you choose to manage your sense of regret. You understand? Disciplining your likes and dislikes to go through the pain, or manage your sense of regret. Do you have any other alternative other than these two? But people by default goes to the second one, okay? Whole life you manage to go, your sense of regret, sense of guilt, all these things you try to manage, and that's why the pain is never ending. Whereas the first one, when you start disciplining yourself, means your likes and dislikes, to allow your likes and dislikes to get polished, then what happens? There is nothing called pain. In fact, life is full of discipline. That's why a disciplined person will not have any pain inside. So if there is pain in your life, or you say that my life is painful, means what? Somewhere or other, you are lacking in disciplining yourself. How? Let us read. Okay, all these things fantastic. Then what about the death of that person? All these things are fantastic. Why are you bothered about death? Let us read. I made a mistake. Tanum tejyatu va kashyam shopachasya gruhe thava jnana samprapti samaye muktosau vigatashayah iti smrutesya. Gives a beautiful point. When the person not only crosses over this ocean of samsara, also when the person's body falls down, means death happens, as per the common way of talking, it makes no difference. He gives the example. How? Tanum tejantu ba kashyam, because Kashi is supposed to be the best place to leave the body. Because it is believed in India that if a person leaves the body in Kashi, will never take birth again. That's why many people, towards the end of their life, they take the rent of the place and stay there, and they leave the body. Some people buy the house, some people come, lot of things are there. In fact, one of the great person was there. I really admire him. Let me not bring his name. Very nice person. In fact, so he said, when I want to die, don't, because he's from Kashi, don't make me to stay inside the Kashi. Please take me away other side of the bank of the Kashi, of the other bank of the other side of the river of the Ganga, which is not Kashi, so that I will die, so that again I will be born again to do something for India. So that I don't want to really lose everything. Let me again be born to do something. It's such a really great personality. I love him. So he says beautifully, coming back here, whether your body falls down, means whether you die in Kashi, the most holiest place. Because why it is called Kashi is holiest place, we have seen in few occasions. In Shiva Samhita we have seen, which is also being taught. There is a beautiful 5 verses called Kashi Panchakam. And or Sopachasa Gruhe. So one of the most depleting, one of the most place where the energy is low, where the one who eats the meat of dog. Okay, the one who eats the meat of dog. You can say nowadays everybody eats the meat of the dog, because in the market whatever is available, you do not know is whose meat, okay? I'm sorry to say, time to time this is what you call, what a cave comes, some photos and whatnot, time to time in the social media, destruction comes, okay? Anyway, let me not, help you to think more, but my job is to, inject some thought, okay? So you yourself do not know what you eat. That is the truth, this is the reality, okay? Sometimes the social media shows that human body, human flesh also available, okay? However, so here he says beautifully, the moment, means the house where Shopacha, because why he is being taught this thing? Generally, if you observe yourself also, that's why this non-veg thing is not allowed because of this reason. The non-veg food actually brings down your energy, makes it very gross. Your thinking becomes very gross. And this was being promoted again, as you know. Especially it was being promoted by, again, doctors. Like 10 years, 20 years back, all the doctors will say, oh, you don't have protein, you should have this protein. It's a nuisance. That means the doctor do not know anything, whoever advises, which is brainless. Now in India, they are doing it, okay? Means India is not updated. Now if you look at, especially in Europe, if you say, look, there is no protein, and they say, I don't like to eat non-veg. Okay, no problem, you go for alternative. You don't have to go for this non-veg thing for protein. Non-veg only you go, very simple, for your tongue and your mind becomes gross. Because your mind becomes gross, your likes and dislikes becomes very strong. That's why people go for non-veg. This is the main reason of non-veg, nothing else. And the protein that you get from non-veg, remember, your body cannot digest. Because this body is not, remember, it is not carnivorous at all. Let us look at the structure. I think I have spoken sometime. I may talk in details why a human being must not eat non-veg. Energy-wise, psychology-wise, all the way. Oh, that means those who do not eat non-veg, their energy need not be. That's another issue also, okay? So you have to understand both combinations. Suppose, oh, I don't eat non-veg, but that doesn't mean that you are the holiest person, you are the most energetic person. Need not be. So you have to see the balance. Yes, of course, when the person takes non-veg, is very aggressive, blah, blah, blah. But in short, please understand, when I look at this context, wherever people keep eating meat, and that too here says sopacha, so means that dog, definitely their thinking is very low. The moment you enter, you can see for yourself, you go to a vegetarian restaurant and non-vegetarian restaurant. If you are little sensible, you can make out. The energy-wise is entirely different. It drags the energy. And of course, if you want to see further, just I want to destroy you a little bit, okay? Today being last class, let me destroy a little bit carefully. Look at your fridge, okay? So in the fridge, you have keeping meat all the time, and sometimes don't clean the fridge and don't keep the meat. See the difference. You can see, you will be able to feel it. Poor fridge will cry. Remember, if you keep only vegetarian food or fruits or whatever, then after that when you put meat, poor fridge will start crying. Hey, please don't torture me, because please don't do this thing. I will tell you, fridge will start saying it. So that, please remember, when you are opening the fridge and if this is the thing there, don't remember me, okay? Don't think of me. So this is called my destructing word, okay? How to destroy towards end, okay? Like, don't think of egg. You remember that growing hair time, okay? Don't think of egg. You will only think of that egg. So also, please don't think of me when you are opening fridge or closing. Swamiji, don't come, okay? However, coming back here. So whether your body falls down in the best place, means most energetic place, or most depleting place, remember, it makes no difference to a jnani. Jnana samprapti shamaye. Moment the knowledge is being taken place in the person's mind, that time the person is free and leaves this body just for the sake of allowing the prarabdha to exist. It is exactly like the example in a tree. In a tree, when the leaf is properly matured and that leaf falls down, does it make any sense to the tree? Whether it falls down in a gutter or in holy place called Ganges. Remember, if the leaf is properly matured, whereas if the leaf is not matured, tender leaf falls down, tree will have some issue, because tree also knows, they have their emotions. Oh, why this has fallen down? Where is falling down? What is happening? That means next one may fall down, then what will happen to me? Maybe something is wrong. The tree will start sensing it. So also here, when the knowledge happens, it's like, you become a matured person, matured leaf. Let it fall down whenever it wants to fall down. How does it matter to you? Because when your life doesn't matter to you, what to do? That's why very nicely it's being said that the person lives for oneself, and that's why a person lives for everybody. Remember this. Generally people say, this is called, religious approach. You must live for others. Is wrong. Then you have taken a contract to live for others. No. You start living for yourself genuinely. And when you start living for yourself genuinely, living for yourself means not for your likes and dislikes, not for your fancies, not to fulfill your frustrations, but to live for yourself genuinely. That time you will live for others. In fact, your living itself will be blessing for everybody. Like a tree. Now tell me, does a tree live for others? Tree never grows for others. The tree lives or grows for oneself, for itself. Because it grows for itself, that's why every part of the tree is available for others. Even if the one brings the X, cuts one branch or creates the handle for the X and to destroy that tree, still the tree says, okay, because I have lived for itself, myself, do whatever you want. So when really you live for yourself, the problem is you don't live for yourself, you live for your likes and dislikes. So what is likes and dislikes again? Likes and dislikes are imposed by others without your knowledge or with your knowledge. Can you see this point? What is your like? If you ask me, let us say I happens to be born, let us say in South India, for example. So South India means after every food, Tair Sadam should be there. With Tair Sadam means curd rice, okay? Really, everything, even if whether you go to any star hotel anywhere, any buffet, towards the end Tair Sadam, the curd rice has to be there. If the curd rice is not there, food is not complete. Now that I like curd rice, please remember, this is my liking. Is it my likes or is it imposed by somebody? I am giving a healthy example. So your likes and dislikes are not yours. It has been either knowingly or unknowingly injected by others, imposed by others. So in short, your likes and dislikes, your fancies are others' frustration. Other, maybe they are convenient. So their frustrations, their accomplishment, both their frustration and accomplishment becomes your likes and dislikes. So that means what? You are working to fulfill or take care of others' frustrations and to maintain others' accomplishments. Do you know all these table manners? Is others' accomplishment. This is obsession. However, makes no difference. But remember, learn to live for yourself. So when I say learn to live for yourself, means very clear that without allowing your likes and dislikes, then how to know whether I am living for myself or deep within I am living for my ego or my likes and dislikes. You can see this very carefully. When you are really living for yourself, you will never carry forward anything in your life. In fact, you will start living for the present. Whenever you start living either in the past or you are looking forward to live in the future, that means you are not living for yourself. With this, now let us read. Iti Tattva Bodha Prakaranam Samaptam. Thus, the text called Tattva Bodha gets completed. Now let us read the prayer verse again together. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate Sadhana Chatushtha Sampanna Adhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha. This is how the tradition, that we don't complete the text. So text is completed now. Okay, I have completed Tattva. Now let me look at next. It's not like that. Then what will happen? Mind doesn't become really in a growing. Mind doesn't follow the discipline, but mind wants to complete. So that's why what we may do it. After completing the text, again we start, so that whenever time permits, you need to keep in touch with the text, so that you look at yourself. Because the text, especially here Shruti or this teaching, works like a mirror. So when it works like a mirror, how you need a mirror, especially women, okay, ladies, okay? So men also nowadays, don't worry. So I remember men keep one, what do you call, this comb, okay, behind the pocket, okay? Nowadays there is no hair, okay? Many of them have lost their hair, okay? So men keep the comb but wherever they get a chance, they try to see their face. But women, they want to know. So in their vanity bag or everywhere, including in the car, you can observe. In the car, in that where that vertical sun shade is there. So there also, not only the mirror is there, along with that light system is there also. So that in the night, suppose they want to do makeup, they need some night light. So that is also being taken care. Because the car people have to sell it. So what choice they do have. So however, that's not my point. Point is here, how the mirror is important for a person to see the face. So also to see your mind, to see yourself. The scripture is more important. Scripture works like a mirror. So use this as a mirror. Keep reflecting time to time. Good. Please close your eyes.